Sara Gannon.
And I'm Kristin Lagata. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll talk about a race coming up to help foster children and how you can get out of your car and bike to work. But first, making headlines this week. This week marked the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. It was a sad day in America's history, April 4th, 1968. But we chose to recognize the event here in Anne Arundel County with a commemoration to Dr. King's speech. County Executive Steve Shue, Annapolis Mayor Gavin Buckley, and other special guests dedicated improvements to Whitmore Park on Calvert Street to King.
Today's event is a reflection of Dr. King's dream. People of different races, ethnicities, and backgrounds coming together to remember his sacrifice and to recommit to his grand vision. I believe Dr. King is looking approvingly on all of us at this very moment from the special place that God created for him in heaven.
The event was held at Whitmore Park because the space is getting a complete makeover as we speak. I love a good makeover, Sarah. I'm so excited.
That's right.
It's going to be great. Right now, crews are repairing retaining walls, providing electricity, planting flowers, adding benches, and installing game tables. The next phase will include a public art and entertainment component, so stay tuned for that. This is going to be such a nice tribute.
Yes,
really will. And now, welcome for the first time ever, hosting the show, the woman, the myth, the legend, the county's Bagua Wawa of Anne Arundel County, Mrs. Sara Gannon. It is so great to have you.
Thank you.
We're so excited.
It's a pleasure and an honor.
I know, it's my first time hosting with you, and I know it's going to be so much fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It's going to be off the hook.
Off the hook. See ya, Abrams.
Yeah.
Off the hook.
It's our show now. I'm just kidding.
That's right.
But Kristin, you might know that I'm a coach in Pasadena, girls field hockey and lacrosse.
Yes.
And working with these young ladies, it's really special to me, and I see how much they look up to the adults in our lives, their lives. Meanwhile, at work, I'm seeing the tragic stories of heroin overdoses in the community. For the last 3 years, we have been holding Not My Child presentations at high schools, middle schools, churches, and community associations. Now we are moving into elementary schools because it's never too early to teach our kids about prescription drugs.
Right.
So let's take a look at this clip. Hi, I'm Sara Gannon. I coach youth sports in Pasadena. We all see the tragic heroin epidemic unfolding in the community and think, not my child. Well, it could be your child. It's never too early to start teaching your kids about the dangers of drugs. That's why I'm attending a Not My Child presentation in my neighborhood. My daughter is in middle school and my son is in elementary school, but we can teach them some simple tips now. Don't take any medicine without your mom or dad there. If a friend offers you a pill, say no. Make good decisions for a healthy life. Our goal in Anne Arundel County is no new users, and we need to start when they are young. Attend a Not My Child presentation in your community. Together, we can stop heroin addiction. Please share this video and use the hashtag #StopHeroin. Who's that crazy lady, Kristin?
That's you.
Be sure to come out to our Not My Child meetings. You can find the calendar of events at the aacounty.org/heroin. You had DARE when you were a kid, right, Kristin?
Yeah, DARE was in our school programs. It was it was when the police officers came in and discussed drug usage and why it was so important to avoid it. And it was, I wasn't sure if I should say it was mandatory. I know that we went, it was in the school library, but it was a really important part of our programming in elementary school. And we actually had the DARE officers that are going to be in our region and the one that's the regional officer that's kind of the overseer for the state, that they were on the show a few weeks ago. And I'm happy to see the program back. I think it's really important. I think it encourages a strong relationship between kids and our police force.
Absolutely.
They get to come in, they get to have just a normal conversation, not seem so scary, and also spread an important message. I think it also gives our students the idea that they're a resource.
That's right.
So if you're having a problem or a friend's having a problem, you can talk to them.
Yes.
Just a lot more approachable.
So I agree with you.
And I think that the Not My Child meetings are a wonderful resource for our county as well.
And it's an outlet for the parents also if they are having an issue. They feel like they have an outlet or somebody that they can talk to get resources. Nancy does a great job with the
and it's really family oriented. It's not just children, it's not just adults, it's everyone working together, just like all the forces behind the scenes that are working together to make them happen.
That's right.
Kudos to Nancy and constituent services, all the hard work you do.
I'll spread the word to
them. Thank you. Well, April has one of our best holidays that is near and dear to my heart, April Fool's Day. Nah, I'm just kidding, Earth Day. And what better way to celebrate than Fort Meade on Thursday, April 19th. The festivities from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. will include a special presentation by the owner of Combat to Composting, a veteran-owned business that processes food scraps. Other highlights include a screech owl, falcon, and red-tailed hawk for the kids to check out. Kids love birds.
They do
love birds. Bottle cap art from local students and a recycling fashion show that's so up my alley. They have to enter my fashion show. And there's so much more. For more information, check out Fort George G. Meade on Facebook. I have to ask, are you a big recycler, Sarah?
I do.
Oh,
I do
good.
Recycle. I do
we
recycle.
can be friends.
I could get better at it, but I do recycle.
Well, you can just call me, girl. I'll hook you up. No problems.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we will talk to Tabitha Ernst and Tanya Asman from the Office of Transportation. Take a look at our community calendar for events, happenings around town. We'll be right back.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in studio this week, we have Tanya and Tabitha from the Office of Transportation. How are you ladies doing today?
Good. Fine, thank you.
Good. We're excited to have you here. We have some exciting stuff we're going to be talking about, specifically Bike to Work, which I'm so jazzed about. But what I always like to start out with is if you'll tell us your exact position and how long you've been working with the county. Tanya?
So I've been working for the county for 10 years. I started as a planning tech 2 in the Office of Planning and Zoning doing critical area permit review for about a year, and then quickly moved up to subdivision review and site development plans. So I'm really well versed in the development regulations. And then about 8 months ago, at the end of July, I moved to the Department of Transportation, or the Office of Transportation, as the first ever bike ped planner for the county.
A whole new position created just for you.
Wow.
That's exciting.
Yes, it's so exciting, and it's so dynamic, and it's so fun to be involved in a brand new position at the ground floor and a brand new office at the ground floor. You know, we're creating it as we go, and it's very dynamic and a lot of energy.
And with a lot of planning going right now and some of the county exec's goals, we're definitely trying to pull in more of the PED and the PED is for pedestrian, right?
Yeah,
okay, so walking, biking, getting around by boat, lots of more exciting ways to transport yourself around the county.
Mm-hmm.
So this is exciting, and we can see why this position's been created.
Yep.
Tabitha, what about you?
So I kind of tie in a little bit with that, with multimodal transportation. I'm the rideshare coordinator. I've been here for a year and about 4 months now.
Nice.
And I encourage our citizens to use carpools and van pools instead of single occupancy vehicles, but biking and walking are just as important modes of transportation. And I think a lot of people don't think about them as a mode of transportation because I think it's something that people think of as like just a recreational thing.
Right.
But as our population grows, it might be, you know, more beneficial to people to start thinking about not taking those single occupancy vehicles, walk to your local grocery store if you can, and
Start thinking about getting around different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, we love this because it's less emissions being put out to the air,
Yeah.
cleaner environment. So bike to work. It's
Yes.
coming up.
Yeah.
Give me some details. May 18th.
Yeah,
All
May
right.
18th, and it's gonna consist of pit stops throughout the county, so people can go to bike2workcentralmd.com and they can register and find a pit stop near them. But basically, citizens, when they do participate, can get like a free T-shirt and breakfast and fun things on their way to work.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
That is exciting.
and they're all like 7 a.m. to like 8:30 a.m.
And it's bike2workcentralmaryland.com. It's the T-O, not the 2, right?
It's the 2.
It is the 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I just
It's a
wanted to
number.
make sure because sometimes
Yeah.
so
it's
bike number 2 work. Okay, perfect.
bike2workcentralmd.com.
good.
Yeah, and people can go register there. And one thing that's new this year that a lot of people returning might want to think about is we have tickets. We never had tickets before. So in previous years, people would go to their pit stops and they would say, "Hi, my name's Tabitha," and they would get their free T-shirt, and someone would cross their name off a list. And now they actually have to come with their ticket, and we're going to have people with like QR readers, and they'll
wow.
scan their ticket on site, and they can get their T-shirt that way.
We're so tech savvy.
Yeah.
I love it. Now talk to me about the
2018.
bike trails. How are they improving?
Well, the Department of Recreation and Parks is the keeper of the bike trails. I know the B&A trail was just resurfaced. I think it's still going through that process. We're trying to expand our trail network. The WB&A trail, the one that comes up from PG County and then will connect across the Patuxent River, the bridge is currently in the CIP process. Yay, it just got funded, a big state grant, something like $4 million or something like that, to construct the bridge and move forward with the design of it. So we're really excited about that. And once that connects it's just going to be a huge transportation opportunity and recreation for the region, not just Anne Arundel County. So it's really exciting.
Yeah.
The Broadneck Trail is moving right along. There's
Sure is, yeah.
there's a public meeting coming up. I think it might be
Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday.
Sorry.
Yes, Sarah.
Yeah, fill in the gaps. And I encourage everybody to come to that in support of the trail. So far, there's been nothing but support for it as far as I've seen. And then there's the South Shore Trail. Sadly, it didn't get funded from the state this year, but it's still on the books to connect basically from Sandy Point all the way to Odenton.
Lovely.
So those are some big
It's a
trail
long
projects.
stretch.
And I think the projects just go to show that like we definitely care about helping our citizens make these commute changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So things are moving right along. And then, with the creation of my position, the county's been able to have somebody just focusing, 24/7, although I don't work 24/7. I do sleep, but sometimes I dream about it.
Oh wow. I dream about it at night.
me too.
But I can already see the momentum of support and also we've got the Bike Commission. John Corrin is the chair of that.
Oh, we're familiar with John.
Yes, we
are. He's a buddy of the show.
He would not let me live it down if I didn't also announce that May 9th is Bike to School Day.
Oh, great.
And we just met with some PTA and activist parents and the police last Friday morning, very early, to talk about logistics of getting a police escort in the northern part of the county. So
That's very important.
they had over 1,000 kids participate last year in Bike to School Day.
That's
so
amazing.
yeah.
And Bike to School Day is important too because it introduces children to that type of commute at a younger age, and it kind of normalizes that concept for them before they start, I don't know, using vehicles, single occupancy vehicles.
Yeah, there's a big push for it. And there is a website to, if there's parents out there that want to get their schools involved and, seek out your PE teachers or your principals and then sign up at the website.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about rideshare? And how can we sign up for that, or how can I sign up for that?
I can tell you all about that. So rideshare is, or within Anne Arundel County, we have something called Commuter Connections, which is how we help people rideshare. It's a database, and you would go on and you would make an account, and you would do things like type in your address and where you work, and it would compare your account to other accounts so that you can find other people that have that same commute. Okay. But it's cool because it connects to a few other services. So if you make an account on Commuter Connections, whether or not you find a match, you can actually use that same account for something called Carpool Now. And on Carpool Now, it's an app that you can go on and match with people in real time. So the Commuter Connections database will find you a list of people to commute with, and you would have to go down that list and contact them individually. But Carpool Now will actually match you with someone going from point A to point B at the same time as you. And so, like, sometimes when I have meetings up here in Glen Burnie, I'm going back down to Annapolis, I'll type in seeking riders going to Annapolis, and if anyone else is looking for a driver, they can drive with me.
It's like Uber,
Wow.
but without meets eHarmony.
Yeah! There you go.
I love it.
I like it. I'll have to use it as my slogan. So that, and yeah, they're connected. They come from the Washington Council of Governments, and they're free. And they work in all of Maryland and in DC and in parts of Virginia. And then there's also Guaranteed Ride Home. It's connected as well. So if you make an account on Commuter Connections, you can be signed up for that. But if you use a clean mode of transportation to get to work, you can get a free ride home if you're ever sick and you need to leave work early. Or if you're asked to work late by a supervisor, which is really cool for Bike to Work Day. Yeah. Because if anyone gets really pumped about biking to work and they decide they love it and they want to do it.
Rain.
What?
Or it starts to rain?
You can't use it if it rains, unfortunately. Yeah, it's like a list of things that you can qualify for. But
where do you find the Guaranteed Ride Home? Is that an app? Is it a website? What exactly is that?
I'm glad you asked. That is, it's on a website, but the best thing that I could tell anyone would be to go to commutercrew.org. That's actually something that I, as the rideshare coordinator, put together. It's my little homepage, and it has Commuter Connections, Carpool Now, and Guaranteed Ride Home all down there, and it's easy to find all of them there. Yes.
Very good. Well, ladies, how can I find out more about Bike to Work and the Share program? Is there one? Do you just go to the Office of Transportation page?
Office of Transportation has, and in fact, I think even on the main homepage for the county website, we've got in the spotlight a Bike to Work Day.
Great.
Spotlight. But
Yeah,
also there is a bicycle and pedestrian webpage within the Office of Transportation as well that always has information, and then
So just write off aacounty.org, hit up the transportation page.
I think that would be the best thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, I mean, I guess if you wanted to go back to the links again, commutercrew.org is the one where you could do look for rideshare options, and Bike to Work centralmd.com is where you can register for biking if you can remember.
well, we got it in the spotlight.
You got it in the spotlight.
Exactly, in the
You just click
spotlight.
on
Worst
that
case
So
scenario.
exciting. Well, all these incredible events coming up, Bike to Work, Bike to School, the rideshare program, and we thank you for all that you're doing in helping our county and helping our residents get around, get active, help the environment. So, and please come back whenever you have some more announcements for us. We'd love to have you.
Oh, well, thank you for having us.
I
We
think
love
I
to
would
come back.
be also in trouble if I didn't mention Lifeline 100, which is
Lifeline
October
100.
7th.
John came last
I think
year
it's
and
the
gave me a
7th.
T-shirt to wear while we did the show.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm sure he'll be back
I
again,
was
but I
snazzy in my
promised
bright
him.
yellow. Well,
a
thank
fun
you,
event.
ladies, so much. And we'll be
Thank
right
you.
back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Welcome back. Harmony House is a great place in Pasadena that provides a comfortable environment for foster kids to be reunited with their families. And there's a race coming up to benefit the facility. Pat Daly at Quiet Waters Park has more. Pat?
Thanks, guys. I'm here at Quiet Waters Park with Sarah Pula, director of the Champions for Children race going on in the next few weeks. Sarah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Pat.
First of all, tell us about this amazing race I've been hearing so much about.
It's so much fun. This is the Champions for Children 5K Fun Run here at Quiet Waters on April 29th. Walk-in registration starts at 7:30 a.m. and the run starts promptly at 9. And the run benefits foster care children in the county and Harmony House up in Pasadena, Maryland.
What exactly is Harmony House?
Harmony House is a safe, home-like environment where children in foster care can visit with their biological parents. Parents can obtain skills training, and they host birthdays and parties, holiday parties, sponsored by the Giant.
Great. And how can I register for this race?
You can register 3 different ways. You can go to our website, runsignup.com, look for Champions for Children Fun Run and register there, or you can go to the Charm City Run events calendar and click on the link to the registration page, or you can go to our Facebook page, Champions for Children Anne Arundel County.
Great. Thanks, Sarah. Lots going on at Quiet Waters Park. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Pat. Race season is coming up, Sarah.
It's coming.
I'm telling you that nicer weather is just around the corner. I promise it's there.
I hope.
Do you do any races?
No.
No?
No.
That's fine.
I race to the bakery sometimes.
Heard that. Heard that. There's just so much confusion with the weather lately. I know that the day we taped this, the wind was insane. Yes. And we've had a bit of snow.
Yes.
And more that we've heard is coming through this weekend. I'm sure it'll be a little, but it's just crazy in April to think we're still getting that. We just had Easter this past weekend.
Yes, we did. I was going to say, did you have a good Easter?
I did. It was just family functions, had a nice brunch in the morning with my husband's side of the family, and then we went and had an Easter dinner complete with egg hunt for the little ones over at my aunt's house for my dad's side. So
very cool.
That's nice. So tell me about what you did, because I think yours is way more interesting than what I did.
We went to Hagerstown to the Jellystone campground. We had a great time. We went with some friends, and the kids enjoyed themselves. There was so much for them to do.
You were camping?
We were camping, yes.
Saturday through Sunday?
We actually left on Thursday. I took off on Thursday, and we returned Monday.
So you had Friday night there and Saturday night there.
But I feel like we had summer, winter, and fall all in one weekend.
Yeah. The weather's crazy. So was it like sleeping bags, tents, or is it cabin? Or
campers.
That's awesome.
Travel trailers.
Now what I really like, you were telling me about the adult Easter egg hunt.
Yes, there's an adult Easter egg hunt, and you had to be 21 or older.
Yeah.
And inside the eggs that you found, you could get anything from a bottle of water to Pepsi to, yes, I'm going to have to say this, wine cooler.
Oh, wow.
A can of beer.
That's my kind of Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes, it was an
How
adult.
fun.
They had some candy thrown in there, but that wasn't as fun.
Yeah, I would. Do you have a favorite Easter candy?
Yes.
What
I
is it?
actually like Walk and Fuss candy.
Walk and Fuss is good, and they have the chocolate bunnies.
Yes.
Yes.
I like coconut filled and peanut butter filled.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
My favorite, and this is the only time of year I can have them, are the mini Cadbury eggs. Not the ones with the cream inside, but the milk chocolate little robin eggs. They are so addictive. So good. So I know I stole a couple, well, not stole, bought an extra couple bags, and I hid them in the freezer. Hoping no one will find them behind the peas.
Well, the cat's out of the bag.
I know. I hope he doesn't watch this show. Well, if you're listening, don't take my eggs. Don't take them.
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for highlights and news from around the county. And we'll see you next time.
Happy birthday, Mom and Sis.